Yo, what's up? I'm coming at you today with a video about healthy behavior and how to critique yourself in real time. You see, what I mean by that is usually when we have a behavior, in the midst of that behavior, we're not fully aware that we're doing what we're doing. So there's some metacognition, some thinking outside of thinking that takes place for people who are very aware, that allows them to watch themselves, so to speak, in real time as they're going along and adjust their behavior as they see fit to take the right action. So with that being said, I really have been barely scratching at this for the last 10 years or so. And I find it really fascinating that in the midst of my own behavior, more often than not, I'm not aware of what I'm doing till after the fact. And then when I'm reflecting on it at the end of the day, it just comes back to me like too late. And I'm like, crap, I should have done this and I should have done that. And then I realize that kind of thinking is destructive. And I put an end to that as I'm doing it. And that's the thing. I've got it down to the point where I can correct my thinking as I'm thinking, but not my doing as I'm doing. So it's not down to the existential level yet. It's like it's mental, it's philosophical, but it's not taking place in my emotions and in my actions. It's not manifesting deep enough into reality. That self-awareness I'm trying to cultivate. And that's what I'm really active on searching for right now, is how to bring this awareness into the existential level, into the level of reality, to bring true transformation and true change to your life. Because if you can be your own life coach in real time, an honest life coach who has your best interest in mind, you will take better actions and break destructive cycles, so on and so forth. And this is a very hard thing to do. It's a very tough thing to do, but it's something that I feel will pay off for anyone who's willing to invest the time, the effort, and the energy and the frustration that may come along with that. So, yeah, I call this existential manifesting. Yeah, that's what I call it. Just bringing about the real change you want in your life, in your behaviors. To do that diet you've always wanted to do, to break that habit you've always wanted to break, to keep still and steady and consistent with that New Year's resolution you have. I've always been fascinated by how to get yourself to do that, because that's something I've struggled with personally in my life. And I know the damage that could be done with that. So, that's where I'm at. And, that's something I want to share with you guys as I'm going along there. One thing that's helped me, I haven't been journaling, I haven't been getting any life coaches or anything like that, but one thing that's helped me is kind of getting in this flow state with my thoughts. Like, I'll start thinking and focusing on my thinking, a light focus, and as I'm thinking and focusing on that, the thoughts open up, and this awareness opens up in my mind that allows the clarity and the objectivity to take place while I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, so like when I'm doing this action that I don't understand why I do and that screws me over, this is actually what's going on in my mind and causing these actions to manifest in the true physical form. And the focus is the key here. And, I'm somebody who's always struggled with focus and keeping my mind in one place for a long period of time without monkeying around. That's been a lifelong struggle for me. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. So really forcing myself to sit down and focus on my thinking will open it, if I pay it enough attention, will open it and then cause an awareness that can deliver some kind of change. It could, epiphanies, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. And that's what I come to. And what fascinates me is How come I could do that with my thinking, but how come I can't do that with my actions and with my habits and with my lifestyle? Holy crap, that amazes me, because it's like so obvious in hindsight, but as you're going along, it's so hard to fit your thinking into the right path. And that path is narrow. And the path to old habits and destructive routines is very wide. And there's a million ways to get there, but there's really only one way. At least I feel in my heart, there's one way to really bring about change, and that's through this deep focus, this deep attention, this deep noticing. So I plan to cultivate more of that throughout my life and apply it to many areas of my life. If you resonate with that, leave a comment below and let me know how you want to do that for yourself. In a sense, like, I've been studying spirituality and things like that. It's like spiritual, but it's very practical. It's managing your thoughts and the thoughts behind the emotions and the actions that are taking place in your life. Managing that, simply managing that, not doing anything crazy, but just keeping it leveled and keeping it steady, still. It's like a simple thing, but a very difficult thing, and it can cause so much destruction when you're not able to do that. It could take you in places you never wanted to go or imagine you'd end up. And it could be good or bad, but more often than not, it's not aligned with our truth. It's not where we really want to go. And there's a saying that the devil works through idle hands. And I believe like an idle mind can bring about deep destructive tendencies, especially if you're somebody with a chaotic mind. Now, maybe you don't have a chaotic mind and it's not that destructive, but it's not on par with what you truly want to do. So with that being said, I challenge anyone listening to this to be their best self in real time and find ways to be your own coach in real time, to get that real life change, to do those things, to check those things off your list, to get that discipline to follow through on what you need to do and make the changes necessary. I challenge you to that with the most love I can possibly muster. And thank you for watching my video. Take care.